Hey guys, welcome to this week's episode of Pauper Ponderings. Just a quick little message before we get into some blue-green emerge. Obviously, you have the opportunity to win this Invocation Counterspell. So how do you win? Well, you go down in the comments and leave a comment. And not just any comment this time around. I would like you to ask me a question. The question can be whatever you want it to be. But I realized that I've never really done any sort of question and answer video, and I know that a lot of people do that, and I've had some people ask me if I was going to do one of those. So go down there, ask me a comment, or ask me a question. If you ask me a question, you get 2 ballots. This week, if you just make a regular comment, you'll get 1 ballot, but if you ask me a question, you will get 2 ballots. So you have the opportunity to get 3 ballots, and I will be announcing the winner on Monday, where the question and answer video will be going up. So, if you'd like an opportunity for me to ship you this beautiful Invocation Counterspell, please ask me a comment, ask me a question down below in the comments. As well, thanks to everyone who showed up for my stream on Friday. I will be streaming again tomorrow night. I think I have the internet problem solved, so we'll see. But yeah, let's get right into some blue-green emerge. Alright, so here we have blue-green emerge. So, the creature that we have that has emerge is Wretched Gryff. So this is a 7 mana, 3/4 flyer, and when you cast it, you draw a spell, but it also has emerge for 5 and a blue. Now, the emerge means that you can sacrifice a creature and then pay its emerge cost minus the sacrifice creature's CMC. So, what we're going to be trying to do here is we're actually playing like a blue-green tempo deck that is based around playing, threats like Wretched Gryff for very low mana, being able to hold up counterspells like Prohibit and Counterspell, and then eventually taking the game just through kind of the tempo that we're able to create. Now, what are we doing to facilitate a card like Wretched Gryff? Well, we have 4 copies of Stormbound Geist, so this is 3 mana for a 2/2. Can only block for creatures with flying, but, if we play Stormbound Geist on turn 3, on turn 4, we'll be able to sacrifice it to Wretched Gryff, make ourselves a 3/3, hold up a counterspell. That's just a very, very cool thing to do with this deck. We also have 4 copies of Seagate Oracle. This card is just very good in the Pauper format. 3 mana for a 1/3. It's just straight up just a good body. Now, the cool card that we have to kind of sacrifice to Wretched Gryff is Skyshroud Cutter. This is 3 and a green for a 2/2, but if you control a forest, rather than pay its mana cost, you can actually have your opponent gain 5 life, and it can be cast for free. So on turn 1, we can lay out a Skyshroud Cutter, give them 5 life. On turn 2, we can actually just jam out a Wretched Gryff if we want. The best way to actually do it will be on turn, 2, maybe play the Skyshroud Cutter into Wretched Gryff, holding up a counterspell like Prohibit or Counterspell. That would be fantastic. Now we also have Muldrifter because, what's a blue deck without Muldrifter? The cool thing about this deck is we actually get to play, some of the just straight up good cards in the format. We're playing 4 copies of Ponder, 4 copies of Preordain. We're also playing 2 copies of Mutagenic Growth, as it's going to help us win some races possibly, as well as save maybe a Wretched Gryff or let, one of our smaller creatures trade up with one of their bigger creatures. And it's just kind of nice to have. It's just a good card. Now, our mana base is 2 copies of Ash Barrens, 2 copies of Evolving Wilds, 2 copies of Terramorphic Expanse, 1 Forest, and 15 Islands. So, a pretty standard mana base. I think I would like more Ash Barrens, but we'll get into that in a little bit. Over in the sideboard, we have 4 copies of Hydroblast, 1 copy of... Oh, this isn't supposed to be Pendroflux. This is supposed to be Auraflux. I will fix this for round number 1. That's funny. 1 copy of Fade Away. 1 copy of Moment's Peace, 2 copies of Scattershot Archers, 4 copies of Nature's Claim, and 2 copies of Relic Regeneratus. So I do have to thank Lobert on Reddit, r-Lobert8, for this deck list. He did a very, very good write-up as well, or sorry, not write-up, video series where he played this in a league. I will link that down in the description of this video, so make sure you check that out. Thank you very much to Lobert8. Now, what I'm going to do, because it is Pauper Ponderings, is we're going to play a game, we're going to move some stuff around. I think I want to try out Id of the Horde Swarm, I want to maybe try out some other cards as well, so we're going to see how we can maybe make some adjustments and some tweaks to this deck. Lobert did say he wasn't the biggest fan of Stormbound Geist. It looks pretty sweet, but I can see, it maybe being, not being able to block ground creatures is kind of a problem. Also, the 8 straight-up counterspells maybe seems like a little clunky. But we'll see. Again, I'm excited to test this deck out. We'll make some adjustments, and hopefully we'll have a lot of fun, because I think that this has the opportunity to be a pretty sweet deck. So let's get to round number 1. All right, now here we are for round number 1, playing some blue-green Emerge. I think this hand is fine because we're on the draw and we have a ponder. So yeah, I'm going to keep. We'll see what we're playing against here. Ooh, it looks to be Affinity. Most likely Affinity. It's a little good luck, have fun. I like that. So we'd like to see some lands, that's for sure. Another Retroglyph is not great. There's some lands, though, so that's pretty good. I think I want to go... I don't want the Muldrifter for a while, so I'll just go Muldrifter, Island, and choose not to shuffle. The Prohibit is going to be terrible in this matchup, and the Stormgeist is not going to be good, so we're really just trying to race to this Retroglyph as fast as possible. I think this hand is going to be pretty poorly set up to deal with Affinity. Flare Husk, yeah. And a Frogmite, yeah. Prohibit just looks so bad in this matchup. Holy smokes. Just going off. Just getting our teeth kicked in here. And a white. What could this be? Springleaf Drum? Sure. I guess not another Thoughtcast. Could be worse. The problem here is like we don't have another. We just don't have a play even. I'm basically gonna counter anything with this Prohibit. Yeah, I don't... No, he doesn't... I guess we can counter Atog. That's really important here. Because that is kind of their best threat against us, for sure. We don't have any removal, so we're kind of cold. So we're going to take 3 here down to 17. Yeah, down to 17. Okay, so it looks like he's not... doesn't have the Atog. So that's good for us. The other bad thing about this is that their Galv Blasts kill our Retroglyphs. But at this point... So this Stormgeist really doesn't look that good. The nice thing is we do have the Mutagenic Growth, so we can counter one of the Galv Blasts. Stormgeist looking particularly bad here. I know that Lobert said that he didn't like Stormgeist, and this was a good reason why here, is you're just trying to stay alive, and we just unfortunately cannot block. So the question becomes, is we're just going to run... If he doesn't play Atog here, and it still doesn't look like he has it, a land would be good here, I think, yeah. 3... So Retroglyph is gonna have to leave up. And that's fine. But I think we're maybe in a little bit better shape now. Get to attack for 2. And we have a pretty decent blocker. It's not a great blocker. So we cast Retroglyph, that's gonna draw us a card. Stormgeist comes back as a 3/3. Draw a card off the Retroglyph. Preordain's a good one too. That's always welcome. So we'll go ahead and cast that. The bad thing here is that... Alright, so we're going to go ahead and Mutagenic Growth now. Hopefully he doesn't... And the good thing here is actually he's restricted himself on red, so he can't double Galv Blast our guy, so that's huge. We only play 1 forest on our deck, and I think that... Okay, so we want both of these for sure. If we're ever going to win this game. I think we just need to draw some lands, and hopefully this Retroglyph can weather the storm. Next turn we get to attack in for 3. 6 even. And then play another Wretched Griffin, hold up Prohibit. This Thoughtcast is not good for us, though. If that's what this is. Oh, so he ends up not using the mana, so that's good for us. Okay, so I'm starting to feel a whole lot better about this game now. So we draw Muldrifter. So we get to attack for 6 in the air. We're safe against Atog. Draw a card. So this is quite a decent synergy we have going on here. Does he have what? 2 mana for a Metallic Rebuke. Oh, wow. Well, that sucks. Prohibit. This card is not... Do get to draw a card at least. Seagate Oracle. Not going to help me here. Man, those Prohibits are just looking real rough. Get to play Seagate Oracle next turn, which is nice. We do get smacked for 3 here, down to 9, getting us pretty dangerously low. If he, draws any sort of Galvanic Blast or Atog, anything like that. But looks like he's continuing to whiff, which is really good for us. There's a Preordain. I'm going to go ahead and play the Seagate Oracle first, just to see what happens. So it does resolve. I don't want this. I do want the Preordain. Okay. Kind of wanted to find a land there. Get in there for 3. I think we just need to find a land. I'll put that on the bottom and this on the top. Play our land and pass the turn. So we're still, pretty safe from Atog or another Galvanic Blast. So he's just going to go ahead and make himself a 3/3. So here I think... I think I am just going to block. 6 is pretty low. And it's going to block eventually anyways, so. It's another land. So we'll go ahead and Preordain. See what we can hit. Prohibit. We'll put that on the bottom. Ash Barrens, put that on the bottom. There's a Wretched Griff. So that's decent. So I have 6. If I just evoke Muldrifter, is that even good? 7, 5. And what am I even really playing around? Not a whole lot. So I think I'm just going to pass the turn. Just with the way this game has gone, I think it makes sense. I have double Prohibit. It can basically counter everything in his deck now, with the exception of Murn Forcer. Then next turn, I'll play out the Muldrifter. So the Frogmite, I think I want to counter. Because if I don't counter it, I'm really not doing anything. Doesn't look like he has any attacks. Does not. Okay, good. Terramorphic Expanse. We'll go ahead and play that. And I think I'm just going to straight up cast the Muldrifter. this in response. Forest. There's Sky Shroud Cutter. Now, do I want to play that? I don't think I do. Maybe I do. Okay, well, I'm definitely attacking. That much is for sure. If I just get more pressure. This way I have 2 creatures. Next turn I'll be able to... I think I just keep wanting to have... Here I can just play the Retrogryph, but... leaving Prohibit up. Just to guard against Galv Blast. No, it probably doesn't make sense. So... I'll keep the Flyers. Cast the Retrogryph. Hopefully we don't get rebuked again. We do not. Good. Okay, so we have a 2-turn clock. And like maybe... This is certainly interesting. I'm going to block here. He could have something like Galvblast plus Fling. Or Battle Rage, yeah. Yeah, okay. That's fine with me. So I don't think I'm going to leave down the Prohibit again. I just think it's too risky. Attack in for 5. And we'll play a Muldrifter. Don't really have any green spells in our deck. There's a counter spell, so we feel pretty good about this game now. This is quite the deck. Our opponent drew very poorly this game, yeah. Very, very poorly. Alright, so we definitely want the 4 Nature's Claims. Oh my god, I left this in the deck. Okay, well. It's fine for now, I guess. I think I want some number of the Hydroblasts. I think some number of the Stormbound Geists can come out. They're not great. Actually, the Prohibits, actually, I think are worse. Look at some of the Stormbound Geists back in the deck. Yeah, I think that is good. Just like that. Maybe I want more Hydroblasts, but I don't think so. Okay. So here we unfortunately can't keep this hand. We have our Sky Shroud Cutter Retrogryph combo, but nothing to cast. Oh, this hand is fine, I guess. Down the bottom. Alright, hopefully our opponent does not draw as well as he did last game. Or, sorry, draws the same as what he drew last game. Alright, so we'll lead on Island and Preordain. Put that on the bottom, we'll put that on the top. And ship. Hoping for nothing too crazy here. Frogmite is fine. Gonna have to take some beats from that for a little bit. Seagoat Oracle's not bad though. Oh. Gets in for 2. Take it down to 18. Prophetic Prism. I actually think I do want to counter this right now. The way that his cards are lined up, he actually doesn't have... Oh, he does have the Dispel. Okay, well... It's not the best fight, but it's certainly not the worst fight that we could have been in there. And that Dispel certainly could have got us on something much worse, so... Another Seagoat Oracle is pretty good. Take this island and ship. So So here we kind of see why Evolving Wilds is just so much worse than Ash Barrens. If this was an Ash Barrens, we could pick a spot. We could have the green when we needed it untapped. Do double Mer Enforcer. Yeah, this just got really bad. And the Atog. Yeah. Okay. Well, we need Hydroblast like right now. Well, that's not a Hydroblast. Right, well, Seagate Oracle hopefully can find us a Hydroblast. Sky Shroud Cutter, not gonna cut it. Guess we preordain. So we want both of these. We just ship. This is not good. And see, like, Prophetic Prism definitely was a good one to try and counter. He has the Dispel, so it didn't really matter, but... Alright, so this is 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. So we have to block this, and we have to block this. Whether or not he sacks an artifact to kill our Seagate Oracle is yet to be seen. Sure. He might just have Temur Battle Rage too. Doesn't look like it. Yeah, just take 8. So I think go ahead and get a Forest out of my deck. Cast this thing for free. We'll preordain. Muldrifter Seagate Oracle, I guess we'll go bottom and bottom. Counterspell doesn't really help us here either. Neither does that. So we're currently not dead. We're going to go to 2 here. Unless he just has that. So that will be the game. Alright, so I think we want the other Hydroblast, and I think we can cut the Stormgeist. They actually just seem terrible. I think we'll submit that. We have a lot of interaction now. We have 4 pieces of instant speed Vindicate at 1 mana, and then we have, you know, the card that hopefully stops his main win condition. Yeah, holy smokes, prohibit bad, and as a Stormbound Geist. Alright, so I would like to play first. This hand is decent. I have basically all of my sideboard cards, so we'll see. Cast this island and ship to turn. Chromatic Star, sure. You're going to need to find some lands. There's a land. Perfect. So here's like a good example, right? Like, if this isn't Evolving Wilds, we have to play it. We then can't keep up, like we can't give up the facade that we have a counterspell. It's just, Ash Barrens is just so much of a better card. There's a Frogmite, yep. And we've got a Forest. So here I'm perfectly okay just tapping out and casting the Seagate Oracle. I'm going to take... probably the Mutagenic Growth, yeah. I think that makes the most sense here. Because next turn I'm going to Griff this Seagate Oracle. So being able to have that up is good, and I don't think I need another enabler right this second. Merinforcer is good, but luckily we have the Nature's Claim for it. Untapped land there would have been really good. So instead, I'm going to go ahead and Hydroblast or Nature's Claim the Merinforcer right now. And then I'll hold up the Counterspell or Hydroblast on my turn, on his turn. Carapace Forger is also not great. Those 4/4s are trouble for us. The good thing is that we have Growth plus Hydroblast, which means that we can protect ourselves from, if we have to Mutagenic Growth, the Griff would be okay. So we'll go ahead and cast Wretched Griff. Hopefully it doesn't get countered. Oh, that sucks. I mean, we kind of walked into that, but I don't really think there was any other way. We did draw another one, but so I think we just need... This is going to be a tough one for us to win, for sure. Still has 4 cards in hand somehow. Thoughtcast, not great for us. And the Atog, yep. Okay. Alright, so the Atog needs to get Hydroblasted. We have backup. It resolves. We'll just cast Seagate Oracle. Like to find a land here. I guess we'll just take the Hydroblast. Land there would have been good. We're going to have to eat 4 this turn. But next turn, hopefully we get Griff. Unless this is just a Galv Blast. Two mana, probably another Atog. Yeah. Okay. Block there. Down to 10. There's a land, but it's a Terramorphic Expanse. So go ahead and try to Hydroblast this thing and see what happens. It's Pyroblast, it looks like. Yeah, okay. Well, I kind of just have to call his bluff here. Yeah, there we go. Okay. So go ahead and ponder. So we want all of these. No. And ship. Gonna have to eat 4 here again. He still somehow has 5 cards in hand. But he only has access to 1 red, so that's good. Sack this. Get another island. So we're definitely getting in for 1 here. There's no reason not to. The Carapace Forges are always just kind of a problem. So if he wants to Metallic Rebuke this, we're just going to pay. I guess we just pay. Drew another land, which is not great. So we have a Mutagen Growth. I don't know what's in his hand. Just got to be a bunch of counter spells. So there's a good chance that he has something like Temur Battle Rage. But I don't think I ever win this game, like, blocking here, because it puts me to 2 and I can never cast this thing. And even, let's say, if I do that, he just Temur Battle Rages. So, like, if he has Temur Battle Rage, I'm dead either way. I think I just, I think I'm dead either way, but... So it worked, but he probably has Galvblast. Yeah. We got dead. Alright, well... That was definitely interesting. I'll make some changes. I think there's some things that we can do a little bit better. But this deck is really cool, so I'm excited to see where we go from here. Alright guys, well the first round didn't go that great for us, but we did win a game against Affinity. I think that we can do some things to maybe make this deck a little bit more, I guess... Emerge-esque. And I think the first thing that I want to do is maybe cut down on 1 or 2 prohibits and maybe a Muldrifter. Because what I want to add is... I just want to try it. I don't think it'll be that great. And I also want to add... Just to see, you know? I want to see... what we're going to do. Russianology is 5 mana. Draw cards equal to the number of highest converted mana cost among permanents you control. So, 7, 5. And I think this card could be kind of cool. I don't think it's going to be very good, but I think it can be cool. And Into this Horde Swarm is Emerge for 7, and you get 2 1/1s as well. So, I want to see, they might end up just being terrible, and we'll go back to more of a regular list for round number 3. But I want to try, because if we're going to play Emerge, we may as well try to do something cool, you know? And this is basically the biggest Emerge guide that we can play at Common. So, I'm excited, and yeah, let's take a look. Hopefully we have some success in round number 2. Well, guys, I did it. I did it. I found, not close, the worst deck in the format. I could not give you the recorded version of this because of how long and how salty I got, but this is the replay of Not Close, the worst Pauper deck I have ever played against. Here it is, for your enjoyment. Alright, well, so we're on the play. We start off with a Ponder. Our opponent goes Lonely Sandbar. On our turn 2, we play the Sky Shard Cutter just to get some pressure. Alright, we realize our opponent's on Tron. So no problem, we attack for 2. Play out our Stormbound guys, get some pressure on him. He casts his own Seagate Oracle, which is fine. We then attack for 2. Play our Seagate Oracle. We end up finding another Skyshroud Cutter, which we play, and pass the turn. He plays a Compulsive Research. And a Prismatic Prism. We untap. We find a Wretched Gryff. So here we decide to Wretched Gryff rather than Third Rush of Knowledge to increase our clock. Our opponent assembles Tron and casts his own Wretched Gryff, followed by Compulsive Research. Turn, we cast Rush of Knowledge, drawing 7 cards, which was pretty sweet, finding the Mutagenic Growth. We leave back the Seagate Oracle, he blocks. We pump our Stormbound Geist, and then cast a Preordain. And ship. So this is where the fun starts. He Gone Missings our Wretched Gryff, which is 5 mana, put target permanent on top of his own library, investigate. So we continue along this same path, getting him down to 10, casting another Wretched Gryff. This time it gets Memory Lapsed. Yeah. We counterspell. And we got our Wretched Gryff. He then draws a card off of his clue. He untaps. He finds a Muldrifter. And Temporal Eddies are Wretched Gryff, and cast a Seagate Oracle. So I think you're starting to get the feeling of where this match is going. We attack in for 3. He has no blocks. Cast a Stormbound Geist. Cast a Wretched Gryff. We leave the Skyshroud Cutter because we kind of have lethal. But at this point, we should have realized that, well, he had a Time Ebb. And he cast his own Wretched Gryff, so now our attacks look a whole lot worse. On our turn, we go ahead and cast Stormbound Geist. It gets Memory Lapsed. Cast a Seagate Oracle. It resolves. Cast a Wretched Gryff. And pass. He Mnemonic Walls back the Gone Missing and puts the Wretched Gryff back on top of our library. We double block, and he Ghostly Flickers the Mnemonic Wall and the Wretched Gryff to get back the Gone Missing. Or, sorry, the Ghostly Flicker, my mistake. We then cast Wretched Gryff again. And we cast the Ponder, find ourselves another Wretched Gryff. And a Prohibit, and then we cast a Stormbound Geist. He Ghostly Flickers the Mnemonic Wall and the Muldrifter. The Mnemonic Wall gets back the Ghostly Flicker, and the Muldrifter draws him 2 cards. On his turn, he casts a Seagate Oracle. And then a Muldrifter. And then a Gone Missing. Oh. He eventually casts Gone Missing here. Yeah, there it is, on the Wretched Gryff again. Cast a Prophetic Prism. And on our turn, we go ahead and cast the Wretched Gryff again. The Wretched Gryff resolves. We cast the Ponder. Cast a Skyshroud Cutter. And this is the turn where we figure we should leave up Prohibit. Untaps, casts the Radiant Fountain. Gone Missing, which we can't counter. There's the Muldrifter. Draws him 2 more cards. Three mana for a Seagate Oracle. I'm really not liking Prohibit more and more I play with it. So on our turn, we cast a Stormbound Geist. We just continue to try to get pressure out there because
he's just going to continue to Gone Missing our stuff, and it really doesn't matter. He Time Ebbs our Wretched Griff again. Then cast a Mnemonic Wall, getting back the Time Ebb. Ghostly Flickers 2 Mnemonic Walls. Gets back Ghostly Flicker and Gone Missing. Time Ebbs one of our Stormborn Geists. Time Ebbs another Stormborn Geist. Tax in for 3. We cannot block. We go to 15. On our turn, we cast Stormborn Geist. Try to cast Seagate Oracle. He sacks Clue in response. We found 2 Stormborn Geists, which we knew were there. And we attempt to cast another Stormborn Geist and pass the turn. On his turn, he puts a lot of creatures on top of our library. Just like so. And puts us down to 4. And on our turn, we cast Stormborn Geist again. He has Memory Lapse. Cast Scattershard Cutter, cast another Stormborn Geist, but writing is on the walls, and we are defeated. Unfortunately for us, the Game 2 goes exactly the same. We are not really able to fight through his nonsense. We start getting capsized a bunch. But I figured that I would put this out here because this is a pretty good representation of, how we match up against these slower, more controlling decks. Obviously, this is a very niche brand of it, but it is a control deck nonetheless. And it is tough. I think Prohibit, the more and more I play with this card, the less I like it. We're going to talk about that as we change this deck up a little bit, though. So let's go to round 3, but before that, we need to talk about some changes that we're going to make. Okay, so for round number 3, I think Russian Knowledge is fine. I'm going to keep the Aid of the Horde Swarm for now. The thing that I want to change is I want to change the Prohibits. This card has never felt good to me. I actually just want to change it out for Spell Pierce. I want to see how that feels. I think that might be better. So now we have, a counterspell suite of Counterspell, Spell Pierce, Mutagenic Growth kind of as a counterspell. I think this is a little bit better. We'll leave the sideboard for now. I think it's fine. But yeah, I think this I'm definitely more confident with this configuration of the deck. I'm gonna leave the Rust Knowledge in there because it's so sweet. Alright, so we're on the play here for round number 3. I think this hand is fine. We have a counterspell, we have a Muldrif for the Weekend Evoke, so I'm gonna keep this hand. Our opponent has mulled to 6 cards, possibly even 5. Yeah, 5 cards now. Cool. Alright, so what could we be playing against? Play out an Isle. Oh, we lost the roll. I thought we won the roll. Whatever. Quirion Ranger, so this is probably Stompy. I don't know how good the Spell Pierce is going to be. Pass the turn. I like these forests. These are nice. Yeah, I think this is for sure Stompy. For sure, for sure. Probably Burning Tremissary. Yeah, this is all not good. Hopefully he doesn't have another one. That would not be good. Into a Solana Ledgewalker. Yeah, this is all bad for us. And he gets in for 1. We go down to 19. It's a Wretched Griff. Okay. Doesn't do too much. We have Counterspell, though, so that's good. The problem becomes like what we do next turn. We'll probably just have to evoke Muldrifter. We're getting hit for 4 here, down to 15. So what does he have? It would be really bad if he had nothing, to be honest. Nest Invader, yeah. We'll use a counterspell on that guy. Alright. Preordain. It's probably better than just Muldrift Ring. I think I need both of these cards. And I just have to pass. The nice thing is I can like counter a Rancor or something, but it doesn't look like that's what he's on. Maybe he's just on nothing. Doesn't look like it. Nettle Sentinel, sure. Again, anything like a Rancor would be really good here. No. Okay. So now we have to do this. Forest. Play the forest. Play this by having him gain 5 life. Cast Wretched Griff. Draw a card. So hopefully this holds off some amount of the ground assault. We'll pass the turn. He is on 1 card, so that's good. Another Solana Ledgewalker, sure. So he does send. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and block the Nettle Sentinel here. And again, if he has something like Mutagenic Growth, I do have the Spell Pierce, which is really good. Okay. So we do get to Spell Pierce that, so that's quite good. So I'm already happy with this Spell Pierce, and it's not even in that good of a matchup. So I actually think we're favored now. Just gonna run out the Muldrifter. I think Spell Pierce is a pretty underutilized card in Pauper. I don't think it gets as much love as it should. I think it's quite good. A lot of decks run not very many lands. That was a really good draw by our opponent. That is unfortunate. We are no longer the favorites in this match. Luckily, this attack is not great for our opponent, though, because a Rancor on any of these creatures is non-lethal. So, okay, we need a guy for the Wretched Griff, is what we need. Stormbound Geist is a guy for the Wretched Griff. Now, the problem is that it doesn't block any of these creatures, but that's okay, I think. It does put a clock on him for sure. So that was a good draw. Draw a card. Skyshard Cutter also a decent draw as it's just another body. Important to note here as I don't want to attack still because these things have to block creatures with flying, but they don't have flying, so my Stormbound Geist cannot block them. So I will just pass the turn. Hoping to fade, again, like a Rancor would be just disastrous. Doesn't look like that's what he has, and I don't think he can send into us. Okay, that's good. Okay, so once again, I think we're on the front foot. Get to play a Ponder, which is always great. Yeah, we'll keep all of these. So we're going to go Stormbound Geist and Muldrifter. No shuffle. We're going to get some attacks on for sure here. Definitely going to attack with this guy and this guy. We'll play the Muldrifter. And pass the turn. So again, he has a lot of good draws. Hunger the Halpak is a fantastic draw. But it doesn't look like he has drawn that. So that's really good for us. Seagate Oracle, also a very good draw. Starting to stabilize here. Take the Preordain. Cast it. Take the counter spell. And we'll get some beats on again here. This guy, and probably this guy. Leave back our 3 blockers. Attack him for 7. Put him on a 4-turn clock. Having a counterspell really makes me feel good about this game now. The green deck plays so bad from behind as it is, and especially when we have counterspell. Starting to flood out a little bit. He did mull to 5 cards, that's very important to point out. Let's again send in those guys. Yeah, alright, so he basically sees the writing on the walls. Now, what do we want for this matchup? We definitely want Moment's Peace. I think we want the Fadeaway too. It seems pretty decent in this matchup. I think that's it. I think either the Horde Swarm is good, the Russian Knowledge seems too slow. The Stormbound Geists don't seem that great, so I'm going to cut 2 of them, maybe? Maybe I just put in something like this. It's so hard to cast green spells in this deck, though. Maybe I just leave a Stormbound Geist in. It's not great, but it's better than my other options. So, yeah. Alright, we'll keep it like that. Okay, so we're on the draw again. This hand is not great, but it's fine. I'm going to keep. Mirror Mull, opponent just mulls to 5 again. Never lucky. Okay, so something like a Nettle Sentinel on turn 1 would not be great for us. Scattershot Archer. Okay, well. I don't know how good that is here. I think I'm just going to lead on Evolving Wilds. It's funny that I was also going to board in Scattershot Archers. Like he needs like at least 2 of them in play to even start doing anything, and he does get to hit us for 1 though. I'm happy that this is a Scattershot Archers and not a Nettle Sentinel, so I guess we can say that. The Hunger of the Halpaks are good versus what we're kind of trying to do, though, so it is important to keep in mind. I'm going to go ahead and sack this right now. Get the Forest. And cast Ponder. I don't think we want any of this. It's way too slow. Island, that's kind of what we were looking for. Anyways. So we have Seagate Oracle into Wretched Gryff. Taking 3 here down to 16. Found a second land into a Burning Tremissary. Okay. Another Burning Shore Emissary? Ugh. Okay, well, that got a lot worse for us. The nice thing is we have Seagate Oracle plus Mutagenic Growth. I guess I'll take Counterspell here. I think that makes the most sense. So yeah, we have the Mutagenic Growth, so, you know, depending on what he has in terms of pump spells or anything like that, I think we may be okay. Solana Ledgewalker, yep. Pre-combat. I'm gonna block here. Pre-combat would like make me think he has Mutagenic Growth, but I'm gonna go for it. I think I'm in a bad enough spot that it makes sense. So it did work. That's good. Okay. Another Seagate Oracle. So we have 4 lands. We can just play another Seagate Oracle, or we can play Wretched Gryff. Maybe that's better. He is on 2 cards. Yeah, I think it's just better. Maybe we can find a Spell Pierce. That would be really cool. It of the Horde Swarm. I think that card will be good eventually. I think that is the type of card we need in this matchup. Look here. It's unfortunate. Well, I think we're pretty much done now. I guess not quite, but it's pretty close. So we play Seagate Oracle. We get to have Counterspell up. Take this island. I think we're just going to be a little bit short on being able to stabilize here. Block here. I'm going to take 4 currently. Down to 1. We have to counter that. Mutagenic Growth. Does that do anything? So we can play Stormbound Geist. Unfortunately, we need 1 more mana. I actually think we would have stabilized with Horde Swarm. So we can't block this. Unless we draw Moment's Peace. I guess that's our out. That is our out. Play to the outs. Ooh, there's another good one too, is, I'm going to be really sad if it's here. We can still find Moment's Peace. Bottom. Bottom. No. Yeah, okay, we are dead. There was, Fade Away also works there. Fade Away, we actually win the game, I think. Okay. That's right. Okay. So, I think our sideboard plan is fine. I'm going to... Yeah, if we would have done Fade Away there, that would have been sweet. Fade Away seems fantastic in this matchup. I would like to play first. Okay, yeah, this hand's good. We need to find a green source, but I'm going to keep. Opponent also keeps. Lead off on a Preordain. We'll keep that. We'll keep both. Top and top. And pass the turn. I think we're going to be able to play into the Horde Swarm this game, so that's good. And I think that card should be really good against him. Okay, so I think, what do I want to do here? I don't think it makes sense. I'm just going to do it next turn anyways. So I'm going to go ahead and land base land cycling this thing. Get a forest. Play an island and just cast Preordain. I'm going to keep put that one on the bottom and this one on the top. I like where this game is going. Next turn I get into the Horde Swarm, which should gum up the ground pretty nice. And then the turn after that, I get Wretched Gryff. So we're going to take one here. We do have to watch out for a card like Hunger of the Howlpack. That card is quite powerful. So some sort of 2-drop here, probably like Nest Invader. Ooh, River Boa. It's not the greatest. Well, we're going to cast the old Skyshroud Cutter. Cast this. Going to get our beats on. Couple insects. Pass the turn. Into the Horde Swarm should be good. It should put a decent amount of pressure on them. Especially if you can't find a second land. But River Boa is a clock. But again, we're going to get to start getting in there with our guys. So. Ooh, Skargan Pitskulk is good. So Preordain. Lead with that. Skyshroud Cutter. Top. Bottom. Maybe this just makes more sense. I'll just play Stormbound Geist here, maybe. Then next turn, go to attack plus Wretched Gryff if I draw land. Yeah, that seems better, I think. So I think I need to start attacking. This is a good draw for my opponent. Queen Ranger is a good magic card. Second land. Nest Invader, sure. If he doesn't send with a Skulk here, I'm fairly certain he doesn't have like a mutagenic growth or anything. Yeah, so we'll just have to take the 2. Down to 17. So we get 3 looks at a 5th land to be able to cast both Gryffs. If that happens, I really like our spot. Yeah, blocks there, sure. Ooh, another Sky Shroud Cutter. Unfortunately, that is not good enough still, but we are going to play it. Just going to keep gumming the ground up. That Spell Pierce is quite good. I do want to draw it eventually. I think... Still get this guy out there. I'll just pass. I think it's important that I just keep the pressure on him. And with all these creatures, like, maybe I shouldn't have. It's 5 life is a lot. But next turn, like, I get to send for 10. And I get to add Retrogryph to the board. And have a Spell Pierce. So. And if he's just sending the River Boa, it probably means he's looking at not the greatest hand. This card seems to be doing work. Another Nest Invader, sure. Pit Skulk. So, I'm going to go ahead and attack. Yep. Send him down to 23. Cast a Retrogryph off the Sky Shroud Cutter. Draws me a card. We knew that island was there, but still. So now we have a bunch of blockers. We have a Spell Pierce, which is good. Plus we have 9 in the air that we get to start sending in next turn. This Riverbow is scary. We're going to have to try to tag something like a Rancor. Or this game is going to get really tough for us to win. Alright, so he's going to attacks. Sends everybody. Okay, so now I'm really confident about... I think I send here... I could double block this. I think that makes more sense. Maybe I actually just double block here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I go to 6. I think this is still my best blocks. The nice thing here is he's in attacks, so the Spell Pierce can basically counter any spell. So he's Viancing that thing, and so I'll counter this. So I got on to 6. My only fear here is if he has hunger. And I don't think he does. He does, doesn't he? Oh, Vault Scourge. Okay. Need a good one. Moment's Peace is a good one. Among the best, actually. So that means... send in the flyers. Just send everybody, I think. Four, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. This is 14. So he's not blocking. So that's good for me. This Moment's Peace might have just stole me this game. Depending on what he attacks with, for sure. This card's busted. Well, I don't know if it's busted, but it's really good. Man, I played 3 Sky Shortcutters this game. He should be at -8. I've liked this card a lot. Tapping that, sure. The good thing here is that, like... he's just sending everybody? That would be great. Oh. Oh. So now we get to attack again. He blocks probably Stormbound Geist, goes up to 10, takes 10 currently. So he's currently dead on board? Unless he has a Moment's Peace. That would be next level. I don't think he does. This should be lethal. He's doing the math now. I guess he can block here. He goes to 10. He takes... yeah, he blocks here and here, I guess. That block doesn't seem good. Goes up to 10, takes 7 down to 3. Oh. Oh, that's kind of unfortunate. Really unfortunate, actually. Ugh, maybe I don't win this game. The good thing is he does have to send in these 3 guys, right? He can't not send lethal, because if he doesn't send lethal, then I just don't Moment's Peace. Ledgewalker, sure. Okay, so now... So now what do I do? Ugh, that sucks. Alright, so... I send this thing... or I send, let's say I send this thing... this thing, makes him block. Then on the backswing... he has this thing, so I'm at 4. I can go block here. Yeah, okay, so I have to send... and I have a counterspell. So... The problem is he blocks with this thing, goes up to 10, puts it on this thing. Ugh. Oh, this sucks. So if I attack with this and this, he blocks one of them. Puts the rank... Oh, I can counter the Rancor. Okay, so I attack with these two. He has to block. Then I can block here, take 4, go to 2. Yep. So it has to happen. Alright. That was the wrong attacker. Should have sent in Stormgeist. Hopefully I don't get punished for it. I don't think I'm going to, but I might. Quirion Ranger. Do I care about that? What happens? He casts that. He gets to untap a guy. I'll probably have to counter this. If I'm ever going to win this game. So now he sends. I block. To 7. Can't kill him on my turn unless I draw mutagenic growth. He puts this over here. 2 turns. Goes up to 7. Or I take it. Go to 3. He goes to 7. Next turn I die. Okay, so I think I have to block. Just puts the Rancor on Riverboa. I assume. This is quite the game. Seagate Oracle, that's a good one. This hopefully finds me something good. Counterspell. Or mutagenic growth. I think I just have to take Counterspell. So what do? I send this thing. He has to block this thing. I think I just have to take Counterspell. Send this. He has to block. Man, this is a crazy game. Oh yeah, right. He just. This is fine. Oh, just that thing. Right, I forgot about the regenerate. This attack was maybe not good. So he's like double, triple thinking about it. Okay, I will take this too. So he goes down to 4. So now he can't attack me because I have lethal, depending on what he has. He has Rancor, 2 blanks. So I have to counter this. What if I don't? And I just counter his guy. I think that's better. Yeah, I think this is a situation where I just win the game. Right, I think I just win now. I don't know what he could possibly have. Yeah, that was a sweet game. I'm glad that we got to witness that one live because that was really, really cool. A lot of cool decision trees in that game. It could have gone either way. Thanks for watching, guys. We'll be back for the conclusion in just a little bit. Well, guys, that was awesome. This deck is really, really cool. I think I might play it tomorrow night in some games. This was Blue-Green Emerge. I think another mistake that I made is I just should have had 4 Ash Barons. If you're going to build this deck, I would definitely consider 4 Ash Barons and then maybe 2 Evolving Wilds. But anyways, as for this deck, I think it's really cool. I think the thing that really stuck out to me is the It of the Horde Swarm. This card was very good in that 3rd game. I think that if we're going to build this deck in the future, I think it maybe just be Muldrifter might be better than the Russian Knowledge. But the 2 It of the Horde Swarms were very good, and these 2 Spell Pierces were fantastic. So I would definitely be moving towards those as a way to build this deck. I was happy with the Stormgeist, obviously happy with the Seagate Oracles, happy with the counter spells. The Prohibits always just didn't look that good to me, but I do think that there's something going on here that's quite good. Sky Shard Cutter being a free 2/2 is always nice. The sideboard was good. The cards that we drew, overall, I'm pretty happy with this deck. I think it's quite decent, and if you're looking to pick it up, I would definitely recommend it. I think this is on one of the higher power levels of decks that we played. The blue-green or mono-blue Tron deck that we played against, you know, we kind of just got rolled. But the first match could have gone either way with Affinity. We were close. And then the last match was just a slugfest against Mono-Green Stompy. So thanks for watching, guys. I will see you tomorrow night for my stream, 7 p.m. to 10 p.m. Make sure you follow me at twitch.tv/PopperPonrix. But yeah, thanks for watching, guys.